It is a kind of chaotic tone because of Patricia's characters involved in so many different wild things. But when you get a cast like that, I mean, Matt Dillon and Patricia, all the scenes with them, they just melt me and, delight me at the same time. So casting was everything in our show.
Thank you so much, Jay, for taking the time to talk.
Hi, Tess. Thanks for the interest. Thank you.
Well, listen, this show was so much funnier than I thought it was going to be. Like, I thought it would be entertaining, but I was laughing literally all the way from beginning to end. So I'd love to know, talk about that humor that is in this, because it's not like a normal humor, but it's hilarious.
Well, I appreciate that. I used to do a lot more comedies, right? I have a little background in comedy, but I actually like the range in this story between some very serious kind of dysfunctional predicaments that the characters find themselves in, all the way to, Patricia Arquette working in a pioneer town, pretending to be a can-can girl and flying in on a chandelier, or getting into a fake bar fight. And I love that some of the characters we threw at her too are so funny. Rupert Friend as Guru Bob, the kind of wannabe cult leader who is could be dangerous or could be just full of crap, and that's that kind of Matt Dillon coming in as her ex-husband just out of jail, who got her arrested years ago, but, and she probably shouldn't, be hanging out with, but is just addicted to him. And those kinds of predicaments, I think, both connect to the emotion of what she's going through, but also are funny because they're good predicaments. They're engines for comedy.
Yeah, and can you talk about this cast, because they're absolutely phenomenal? I feel like everyone was made for their role.
Every single cast member, I think, could be spun off. Every character could be spun off into their own show. Guru Bob, as I was saying, Waruche Opia, her friend, who I love, is fantastic. The siblings, Keir O'Donnell and Christine Taylor, who throw her out of her house at the beginning of the story and then just have to put up with her taking all these weird jobs, including becoming a private investigator partner with Brad Garrett, so and Brad Garrett could have his own show. He's kind of a wannabe Rockford from the Rockford Files, and actually even drives around in the same Trans Am, so those characters, once we got that cast, I knew we were going to be okay in tone, because it is a kind of chaotic tone because of Patricia's characters involved in so many different wild things. But when you get a cast like that, I mean, Matt Dillon and Patricia, all the scenes with them, they just melt me and, delight me at the same time. So casting was everything in our show. Rachel Tenner did the casting with us, and she just did a crazy great job.
Yeah, I mean, every single person just feels incredible. I'm loving it the whole way through. But speaking of the cars, can you talk about giving her a dune buggy? Because what was that? I love that's her car.
The showrunners had come up with that before I got involved, and I love the idea of, I pictured her as like a queen bee, like a bee that could just bzz, bzz, was buzzing around the desert, and that even just generally, whenever we were filming her, I tried to convince the camera people to not know where she was going to go, because that's Patricia's character is just so unpredictable, and the dune buggy, in its ability to just veer off the road or jump up on a sand dune or something, you just never know where she's going to land next. So there's a sense of just keeping up with her. So the dune buggy was the perfect car.
Yeah, it's great. Thank you so much. That's my time. I really appreciate it. But congratulations on the show. It's so good.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's nice to meet you.
Thank you.